Welcome to Scotty P Golf. We've got a 3-hole match versus my dad. First hole is a par 5, 502 yards. He does get 2 strokes on hole 2 and 3. This first shot of his was right down the middle, rolled about 30 yards. I also bring out the Big Doug. End up draw hooking this, landed in the fairway, but ended up trickling into the rough. Now with my 4 hybrid, I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm pretty sure I hosel shanked this. Ends up rolling about 100 yards. Now my dad's second shot with the 3-wood ends up pushing this right. Lands on top of a mound, which is not very good. For him anyways. For me, it was a plus. Now I have about 124 yards to the pin with the lob wedge. Wind to my back. Good line, good strike. Just wind carried it a little bit too far, landed on the fringe. Now with my dad's third shot, ball was below his feet, ends up pushing it right. Left him about 30 feet to the pin, has to chip over this mound, which it was a good chip shot, ended up landing in the fringe, releasing. Now here's my birdie putt. The greens are aerated, so the speed and break is hard to judge. This one was actually really good. Left me with a little tap in par. Now my dad's on his par putt as well. I ended up holding the flag, ready to pull it, and I pulled it too late. It actually hit his ball from going in. He was pretty upset. But I ended up giving it to him. That probably should have been a stroke against me, but this is just a friendly match. All right, here's the second hole. It's a par 3, about 148 yards. My dad does get a stroke on this hole. I end up hitting a good one, just a little left and long, but still got a birdie putt. My dad ends up just pulling his wide left and long. Lands in some pretty deep rough. Now with this thick rough, it ends up catching his club, and he doesn't really go anywhere. Has to chip for his par. It was a good chip, just landed a little bit too soft and did not release. So here's his like 30-foot par putt with the stroke. Ends up going way long. I have about 30 feet for birdie. Pretty good line, just ended up coming up way short, about 4 feet left. Here's my dad's bogey putt. And he misses. So pretty much I just need a 2-putt this to win the hole. But end up getting it in 1. Alright, for the third and final hole, my dad does also get a stroke on this. It's a par 4, 390 yards. I ended up pulling this one left of the cart path into the dirt. Should have a shot in though. This hole is into the wind. My dad shot, this ends up leaking right, lands in the dirt, bounces over in the other fairway's rough. For the second shot, the ball is below his feet. Ends up pulling this one wide left again. Lands towards the tee box of the next hole. Now I'm about 170 yards to the pin. Ball below my feet, but it was a good strike. Wind kind of held it up, but it ended up landing on the fringe. Left me with the birdie putt. Now for my dad's third shot, technically second. It was a good chip. Actually almost hold it on this bounce, but released about 20 feet.
Yeah.
Now I got about a 40-foot birdie putt up the hill. Had the right line, just didn't put enough on it. Any other day, that would have been like 10 feet past the hole. So here's my dad's birdie putt with the stroke, and ends up coming up short. So this is for his par. I ended up giving it to him, but he just wanted to put it anyway. And he made it. So with the phone in one hand and putter in the other, I sink my par, tie this hole, but I was up 1, so I win the match.